I'm sorry what it is. If it is what it is, it is what it is. And if it ain't what it ain't, then maybe you ought to eat my taint.
Lick your taint.
Nice.
I knew you were going for a taint joke, and I loved it.
Whenever I get the chance, babe. Whenever I do.
In fact, I will eat your taint.
Well, I earned it.
You know what? I'm also in.
The more the merrier.
Yep, you earned it. You did earn it.
Come on in, boys. The water's warm.
Welcome to the show. This is Better Off Better.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back, big
to
time,
another episode.
To the show.
Jenny, stop crying.
Sorry, I'm just really sad.
She's a sad individual, and I feel like you start the thing off so pitchy every time. I'm just out here trying to smoothen new ears, potentially, that are looking to acquire some new content.
It really is the woman brain causing the nasaliness, the nagging nature of my voice. It's just kind of a woman brain
thing. Oh my god,
thing,
shut up. Just shut up.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Better Off Better.
I tried applying some filters to fix your whole
some filter.
Yeah, your like voice.
A filter.
I tried putting get rid of the complaining.
A filter.
Get rid of the old nagging. This you know girls be like.
So what the hell are we doing, and who the hell are we? I'm Jenny.
I'm Sam.
Dropping some big H words, being me saying that, and I'm Chris.
And this is Better Off Better.
Better Off Better.
Our competitive comedic cutthroat journey to self-betterment.
Comedic's a little pretentious, Jenny. I think it's just our competitive cutthroat journey to self-betterment. They know it's comedic at this point. We've been jostling.
Yeah, they do.
We're hilarious.
We're juggling each other emotionally. Come on, baby.
So Chris, so what the hell is this podcast?
I mean, did you just learn the HE double hockey sticks word?
I thought I made it up. That's my word that I made up. Chris, what the heck is this podcast?
This podcast right here, Jenny, I've said it before and I'll say it again. You ask some of the best questions around.
Great question. I know.
Don't try to guess what I was going to say. I was going to say best, and you said great.
Let's try and keep it snappy, bud.
You're not that great at questions. Never mind.
I'm really good at questions, so.
This is our competitive cutthroat journey to self-betterment. Oh my God. Every week on this show, we set forth on a journey, a voyage, if you will, to become better people, to improve ourselves, to take on a challenge, an activity of self-betterment, of self-improvement, something that is in theory supposed to make us better people. Those things are sometimes medically backed, sometimes scientifically backed, sometimes neither of those things. Sometimes they're completely experimental, pseudoscience, weird, subculturally backed. Whatever the case is, they're backed by something. Something is out there saying that this will make you a better, superior person in some way, shape, or form. And we're here to determine if that is, in fact, the case, because goddamn, we could use it. You'll find that out very quickly if you haven't already.
Oh, yeah.
Every episode of this show is split up into two parts. Part one, the before. We come at you before our journey begins doing the thing, and we tell you what that thing is that we will be partaking in for the 7-day span, and then we split off for that span. After giving you the juicy breakdown of what our week will be, we go forth and experience that week, and then return halfway through the episode, part two, the results. We come at you with the juicy results from our journey. We tell you how it went down. We give you the low down dirty, and then everything ends off in the most competitive, brutal way one could imagine a self-betterment podcast could be. We declare a champion and a loser. We debate, we rebuttal, we fight. It gets hasty, it gets zany. Because if you're not competing cruelly against those close to you to out-self-better each other, what the hell's the point at all?
You could say that we're getting healthy in the least healthy way possible. Also, Chris, I would appreciate if you would leave the audio of me cracking my toes while you were explaining that.
Great point. I will not. Thank you for asking.
Yeah. Okay.
It will be out.
Well, that's fine.
What are we doing this week?
Oh, Mr. Business over here.
This week, we are doing unsent letters.
So, like, you don't put, like, a squirt of perfume on it?
You may be wondering.
Sam, that's funny. Wait, should we take a second there? He did a pun on, like, smells.
Yeah, like SCENT instead of SENT.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
Yes.
didn't know if you guys would catch that, but yeah.
No, we did. We usually catch them.
Okay.
So is anyone wondering maybe what they are, or?
Not really. Let's just do it, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, so see you in a little bit.
See you next week.
Okay. we're getting a little pranky today. Let's just...
Blanked. You've been blanked.
Come on, we want to know. Everybody is screaming. Guys...
Yeah.
Hey, can we please quiet down?
Take your top off.
She's the best. She's my favorite. Okay.
Do you hear that? Everybody's asking, Jenny. Everybody's asking. What the hell is Unsent Letters?
There's one guy who's like asking me to take my top off, which is weird, but
Hey, guy, okay? Yeah, he's a little tasty. You better do it. He's getting me nervous.
yeah.
Take your shirt off. Take your shirt off. Oh my God.
Do it quickly. So this week we are going to be creating some unsent letters. An unsent letter is when you write a letter to somebody, either alive or deceased.
Ooh, that's dark. I don't like acknowledging death.
And you don't actually send these letters. The point of these letters is to kind of find your true feelings, and it's a healthy way to release those feelings without actually sending it to this person. Now, at the end of the week, we could either, seal them up forever. We could throw them out. We could rip them up. You could burn them. You can do whatever you want with them.
Eat them.
Oh, can we eat them?
Yeah, you could eat it.
Whoa, that's so weird. I wrote my unsent letter on a bunch of Pringles. Guess I should just eat them.
The point really is to just get out those feelings. You may be wondering, what benefits could this possibly have?
What evidence
Jenny,
does this
what
have, Jenny? What
benefits
evidence
does this have, Jenny?
What evidence does this have?
Jenny, the evidence.
So needy.
Thank you for asking. So apparently there's a lot of benefits this could possibly have for you, depending on who you choose to write to, how you choose to write these things. One of those benefits is called the 4 C's. That is closure, clarity, confidence, and calm.
And
Yeah, and
cut me saying it out, Chris, and just leave her saying it.
the 4 C's are and So they're very powerful, okay? You can write
is a
letters to
powerful
the
word.
dearly departed, letters for amends, letters in a bottle, all sorts of different types of letters you can write. Basically, suffering comes from ignoring anger, along with pain that communicates that we feel sad, hurt, and in need of self-care. We tell ourselves a crappy story in response to what we've experienced and our subsequent choices to reinforce it.
Does your research say the CRAPPY word?
Yeah. And suddenly we find ourselves in a situation long past its sell-by date, or putting up with something despite our discomfort and hating ourselves for it.
Whoa.
So a lot of people have negative associations with anger due to societal messaging. Lots of different things that we kind of cope with quietly and don't really explain to other people. Someone may have hurt you in the past and you never felt like you really got the closure from that experience. Maybe somebody, a dearly departed, you never got to really tell them your feelings towards them. There's a lot of different things that we tend to hold inside and don't really get out, So that's kind of what this is about. You may find that during the course of bashing out words on the screen or scribbling frantically on the page, that your anger may gradually lose its momentum and subside into something more meditative, thoughtful, and creative.
Wow, Jenny, do you just think of that? Are you just...
I just off the top of the dome. I domed it.
You domed it.
I domed that idea. I domed it.
You are domey.
Also, the very act of...
Sorry, dopey.
What the fuck?
No, it's just because you're dum-dum.
Yeah.
Okay, let me finish this up really quick. So,
Really quick.
the very act of finding the right words to express your feelings can become the journey in and of itself.
Whoa.
Crafting phrases, shaping thoughts, and giving them rhythm can help give a constructive voice to a destructive energy.
Interesting.
It's like dancing while no one's watching or singing while no one's listening. An unsent letter allows you to express barely and brutally how you're feeling.
Or killing a man where there's no one to hear him scream.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like a tree farting in the forest. You have no fear that someone will creep up behind you.
Does it say that?
And, no, that was my own.
That was nice.
That's
Like,
good.
if a tree farted in the forest for no one to hear it, did a tree fart at all? That's very wise.
Yeah.
That's
It
very wise.
did, just nobody heard it. So yeah, it's really about like just bringing consciousness and realization to thoughts that you've had that you can't really express to a person, and kind of doing it in a way that isn't going to be destructive towards relationships or friendships or anything like that. Getting your true feelings out without the fear of, putting those out there publicly.
Fart. It just got a little serious there for a second.
Got a little serious tone for sure.
Fart, poopy.
Here comes
Big
the toot alert.
milkies, mommy milkies, poop.
Wait, what? We were doing like fart jokes. What did you say, mommy milkies?
Yeah, so it's really about owning the feeling and then letting it go. And that's what we're going to be doing this week.
Owning the feeling and letting it go. So let's set some criteria then real quick. A little criteria! Rules and regulations. Or something like that. It's a segment.
Rules and regulations.
Yeah, we do this all the time.
If you want to put the jingle behind what I just did, it's a song by Pill called Rules and Regulations.
No, we'll make our own. We will not be plugging Pill. Pill will be plugging us, or Plug will be pilling us, perhaps. What is the deal? So we have to write a letter every day. That seems obvious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does it have to be handwritten is my first question.
I think it should be handwritten so we can
It's a more personal touch.
burn it, rip it up.
Okay.
Yeah, however we feel like we want to dispose of it. I also think that we should keep all of the letters throughout the week and then dispose of them all at once. In whatever our way of choosing is. And maybe we can put in a little clip of that if we feel so inclined. Maybe not.
So we can address what we'll do with them on the other side of this, but we will keep them ready to be destructed upon. That was my next question.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah. Whoa.
Guy who is trying to get people to be into something that's kind of lame.
Oh, I forgot to say, you can also, one of your letters could also be to yourself if you want to get like really like deep in your emotions.
So like a diary entry?
Not really a diary entry, just more like a letter to yourself of like
talking dirty.
Getting really deep into like
erotica.
Your issues and what you don't like and like what you think you should improve. Like stuff like that. Like it's very personalizable.
Hey, you tall white son of a bitch. What are you wearing? And then I respond back.
Hey, you stupid idiot.
It's like that bit from Harry Potter and the one with where he talks in the diary and the diary talks back.
Get a better haircut, Jenny. Fix your hair. Get it to look better. You look stupid. Your hair's ugly and no one likes you. And like you're stupid looking and everyone hates you. And get a better haircut. Like stop. Your hands are creepy.
Okay.
Every time you see them, they're like scary. You look like Nosferatu.
Again, there's no filter that can fix this, but I've tried.
Yeah.
Sorry, listeners. Somebody needs to invent the Jenny filter.
Oh, so like stuff like that, I guess, could be good.
Where it makes her like pleasant to listen to.
Okay. Question.
Sammy, did you have a question?
Are you guys fearing something initially? Because it's almost time for... initial fear!
Initial fear.
This is a segment where we confront our fears for this week and we try and figure out, get real deep into it, get real, you could say like fist to elbow deep.
Fist to elbow deep for sure.
Into what we're fearing for this week. Chris, would you like to start?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll start this sucker out. I guess my first fear is figuring out too much.
Are you going to write a letter to your dad?
No, I was going to do Robert E. Lee.
Okay.
Oh.
General of the Confederate.
Huh.
Bobby was a general? I didn't know that he had such a prestigious title.
Prestigious, Jenny. I didn't know you didn't know how to talk. I guess I'm kind of fearful of... Fear-ish. It would be that I don't like to create something that will never be, right? It's always... And I respect people that do it, but I know people that will write things that they never anticipate making, or I like things such as that, where, I'm writing this essay just for me, or I'm writing this script as a project I never want to pitch it, I never want to make this, but just to get it out there. I don't have that. I like to make things that I anticipate on following through every step of the way. And so the idea, or doing something with whatever the thing, right? But the idea of like writing something that's pure purpose is to never be anything. It's like me walking into a gray wall and trying to figure out how to proceed with life.
See, but I feel like that is a helpful thing. Like, I feel like that's going to be a helpful thing for you because it's like, it's such a personal thing that like, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be like really raw and like really get into your feelings about things. You know what I mean? Maybe it's like things that you feel like you can't say to people. I feel like that'll be helpful for you. But I also feel the same way. That's also my initial fear.
That was the first time you've ever sounded profound, by the way. Good for you. Good for you.
Ha! Poopy. Fart. I'm also scared of that. I feel like I'm going to want to encapsulate it some way. I feel like I'm going to want to take a picture of it or like save it so I can read it later. And I also have a really big problem with that, like you said. So I feel like I'm going to write a line that I think is really nice and like says what I'm feeling properly. And like maybe I'll want to write it down. And I think I also have a problem with that. So I'm going to really try and dispel that this week.
Yeah. Like sometimes I'll say something and it'll be some of the best shit that man's ever created, and like just in words, like in just literal words. And I'll end up turning it into a chorus or something, and this sometimes selling it for millions.
So Sam, are you fearing anything?
Just how raw I'm gonna get on this paper.
I once said we will never be royals, and Lord bought that from me. I was just riffing, and I was like, we will never be royals, and she was like, oh, that's lovely. And then bought it from me. Go ahead.
So Sam's scared of how raw he's gonna get.
I'm gonna get so raw on this page, and I'm gonna like cry all over it, and I'm gonna wreck the ink before it's even done.
I'm gonna write like pages for my letters, I think.
So let's move on to everyone's favorite segment.
I'm giving you a little kissy wissy.
Okay, Jenny, stop or I'm gonna come.
I was giving the listeners a little kissy wissy.
Okay, Jenny, just stop or I'm gonna come, okay?
It's just so annoying. Every time we get into the groove of it, Sam just starts coming. Jenny starts dirty talking and making him come more. Mm-hmm. Can we just get this show together? If we're going to just keep coming and talking, then let's do it. I mean, let's do it. That's awesome. Let's go.
So I think it's maybe time to move on to everyone's favorite segment.
Oh, this is a good one.
The public humiliation. Oh, no. Please don't humiliate me publicly, bro.
The public humiliation.
This is the segment where we attack each other and say that we suck. We suck.
Kind of like that. Well said. And we will more specifically go around and say who needs this, who deserves this, who's gonna fuck up at this, blast each other regarding this here Unsent Letters Weekly Challenge. Let's hear it. Jenny, start us off.
Chris is gonna fuck up.
Hey.
He's gonna think it's a waste of time. He's not gonna do it, and he's gonna fuck up. I think it could really help him, and I'm sad already because I think he's not going to do it.
He literally already gave a speech he already humiliated himself in the last segment. He's like, I don't like doing stuff that's not going to like come out or like be finished or like done.
Yeah.
So like you're going to stop doing it. You're going to think it's a waste of time and you're not going to do it.
But I also think he needs it the most.
I agree. He's got a lot of issues that he's got to get on the page, I think.
I feel like I also need it a lot, but I think I will do it because of that fact. And I think that Chris won't do it because of that fact. Are my teeth uneven?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you used to be a boxer. Is that the problem, or did you just fall?
I was a boxer.
You two kind of look like Rocky.
Yeah.
I used to beat the shit out of people when I boxed.
People or bags?
Both.
Whoa. Sorry, people, then body bags. That's how bad I beat them.
Yeah.
I was beating the shit out of the people who were already dead.
The medics were like trying to zip it up, and Jenny just kept punching the bag, and they're like, miss.
Yeah. And they're like, please.
This is what I heard, and I've talked to the people from that boxing gym. The EMTs were so impressed with her form that they brought her in the ambulance, and she just kept going.
Yeah, they didn't want to stop her.
Yeah.
And then the same thing happened. The family invited her to the funeral and was like, it's an honor. It's like dying in battle.
They hung the dead body up like a little piñata.
And then she just kept going at it.
And that was like the funeral. I punched him during the funeral.
Anyway, yes, Jenny's a murderer. My public dig, that's me digging, is, I would have to say, I want it to be Sam because I feel like something about him today. He's got a bit of an energy.
It's the shirt.
Maybe it's the shirt.
I won.
It's the shirt.
I won last week's.
That could be it. But it's just, that maybe is what created the smug eyes, but you can just feel it in your eyes when I don't want to talk to you in a certain given situation. If that makes sense.
So are you humiliating yourself, Chris? Because you should.
No, what? I didn't. I was going to do Jenny because I fear that she is I don't know how to phrase, a moralist liar. And I think that she'll skimp out. I feel like she's going to...
You don't understand how much I'm going to do this. You don't even understand.
I guess maybe I don't, but I fear that you are going to come in with a sorry excuse. No, I think you will do it every day, but I think you're going to put little to no effort in. And me and Sam will be pouring our emotions all over this like a goddamn Justin Timberlake song.
All over it.
Yeah. And I just don't think you're going to reach your full potential this week. And I think you might come on the other side of this and pretend that you have. So that's just what it is, babe. I say it like it is. That's what I do.
Wow. That's really insulting because I actually am very excited for this one and I'm going to really, really pour my heart out.
I don't believe you.
Should we have a little mini segment here or on the other side of this challenge where we either plan, who are we going to write to? Or on the other side of this, who did we write to?
I don't know if we should talk about it.
I don't think we should talk about it.
I mean, I know I'm going to go for, my Yoko. R.I.P.
I know. I miss the Beatles just as much as you, and it's so sad that she split up the band like that.
My what do I even call her? A step grandmother?
Oh, you meant her.
I have a lot of fucking anger towards her for literally screwing my family when my grandfather died.
So,
and then...
Sam, comedy podcast, what dare you going to say?
Mine's not gonna be funny either. I'm gonna probably write to my cousin.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm probably going to write to Mike Pence, and then perhaps, I guess, Walt Disney. You know, I would definitely say J.K. Rowling's on my list. Sam, you, for a few episodes, before we exit out of here, you could call it a little, and I know some people say, oh, why do you guys have so many segments? It's too much to have 20 to 30 segments in an hour podcast, but...
Yeah.
Intervention on Sam!
Sam-tervention!
So there was a time, Sam, little sailor Sam, my beautiful little shipmate.
Oh no.
Take you out to the little ocean and...
What's happening?
We look at the water together and we kiss.
What are we intervening?
You stupid little idiot. We're gonna snuggle at night because we're lonely and cold.
What's happening?
Why did you, maybe for 4, I would say 5 episodes, have a nice, beautiful backdrop with the blue-purple light, and now you're in this shit stain.
Now you're in a shit room.
What looks to be, like you're stuck at a Motel 6 while you're on the road.
Shit room.
Well, I am on the road.
And why do you have a dumb shirt?
Thank you for that plug. I am doing my
Thank God.
cross-country tour.
And why do I hate you so much?
So I'm at a Motel 6 right now, and then once we're all done with this, I'm going to be going to my next venue. You should check it out. I'm in Seattle right now.
Hello listener, Sam is a dirty hillbilly liar. He is in his own shit room. I am here to give you truth. What a loser.
Which is his hick family's house.
There are only a few tickets left for the venue, so get on those real quick. I was recording in the closet. That's why it was so pretty. It was so closed off and nice. I was recording in the closet.
He's gained a lot of weight, and he can't fit in the closet anymore, so...
Exactly. I needed more space.
Yeah. Mentally, he is still in the closet, though. He has not come out yet. He does have a beard of a girlfriend. Love her. She's great, but definitely a beard.
Okay.
He also wears her like a beard.
Next time we have sex, bro, I'm sending you a video. I'm going to send a video of her
Okay.
She just has this, like, goatee on. Her hair is stuffed into a little hat, and she has, like, a fake man's bodysuit on.
Anyways, we'll see you in 7 days.
Yeah, see you in 7 days, guys.
7 days. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.
Bye.
7 days later.
7.
Is it 7 or is it 1?
7.
Perhaps we just kill the number game altogether because every week you bring screw into my shoe on this show.
I like it. It's fun. I like it.
Okay.
And I like the fact that I said that thing about the screw in the shoe in the show because it feels like it flows nicely. It's a alliteration.
I didn't like that.
And 2 of them rhyme. It's a double rhyme, 3-word alliteration.
Double rhyme, triple time, because you talk for so long. So... buddies of mine,
bud.
friends,
Hey,
if you will, we wrote Unseen Letters this week.
Oh my God, no one saw them. Of course we did.
Yeah. So, let's swim right in. Let's swim right along. Swim right in. Dive into the pool of
Progress.
Truth,
sure.
Dive into the pool of...
We're already in the water. You're still in the dock stuttering, and we've already jumped.
Pool of
We're already
progress.
neck deep into progress.
Dive into the pool of progress with us.
Yes.
All right.
And give me a 1-word sum up.
That was really smooth, I have to say, and we can do that, though. A nice little 1-word sum up of the week at large, summarized and teased in one single word. Is that what you're saying right now?
No.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what we're gonna do, though.
I mean, I guess if you want to get, technical.
I'm a technical guy. I'm technically a guy, so...
Why don't you go first, Jenny?
Okay.
A bad idea.
Well, this one was my idea originally.
Yes.
Okay. 1 word.
So...
Right.
Yeah, I want to talk about it with you guys and see how it went, I guess, for you guys.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
As well as myself.
Chris, I think that if we just stop reacting to it, she'll stop.
She's feeding off of the attention, even though it's not good attention.
Yeah.
She thinks all press is good press, and we're the only press that she has, is us talking to her.
Yeah.
True. Well said, Sam.
Yeah, I don't talk to anybody else, so.
Chris?
I would say unemotional.
Unemotional?
Unemotional?
Unemotional.
Okay, he didn't do it.
Yeah, he didn't do it.
Unemotional. It's just what it is.
That means he didn't do it. Sam?
I'm sorry, what it is. If it is what it is, it is what it is. And if it ain't what it ain't, then maybe you ought to eat my taint.
Lick your taint.
Nice.
I knew you were going for a taint joke, and I loved it.
Whenever I get the chance, babe. Whenever I do.
In fact, I will eat your taint.
Well, I earned it.
You know what? I'm also in.
The more the merrier.
Yep, you earned it. You did earn it.
Come on in, boys. The water's warm.
Dive on into that sweet little taint.
Big.
Oh.
Big taint.
Do you want a big taint? Is that like a body thing that people want big taints?
I just didn't like the way she said little, so on record, big taint.
It is gaping,
Huge.
but it's fine.
Taints don't gape, do they?
Yeah, you're right. I'm backpedaling. It's not that big. It's a small taint. Little.
His does gape. You wouldn't think that it would be able to, but it does somehow gape.
Skinny little
it's
taint.
Almost like it's like a third hole for him.
It's like this guy's been taking care of himself. He's been watching his taint figure, and so you would notice and you're in awe, maybe?
So my word is odd.
Ah. Odd.
Odd.
Things are shaping up to be pretty odd.
I'm really excited to talk about this one.
Well, then let's get right into the thick of it, Jenny, because we're only in the thin of it now. But before we can get to the thick of it, we must remain in the thin, but the thin of truth, that is. Well said, Chris. So before we can really let loose and you can tell me all the juicy dirt, I do want you to swear some truth onto the table before us. So please, friends, put your hands in front of you. For those listening and not just watching, our hands have all just moved, placed sensually before us in front of us on the wooden duck of truth that lies before us. This is the duck of truth where, too, we swear our honor and we swear our truth, so swear it with me, please. I will tell the truth in this next segment of all truth. If upon me, within me, upon me. If I lie, then cry, sigh, fly, and die. My parents will cry because honor is important to them, obviously, and so must it be important to I. The truth has been sworn. Hands off the duck.
All right.
So that very smooth segment means that we have now sworn truth, similar to an oath or whatever they do in, this stupid court. It's like that, but a little more important, a little cooler around these parts. You know that. So with the truth around the table, we can now get on to a beautiful part of the show we call what?
Truth serum.
Fuck up. Ooh, I like truth serum.
Truth serum.
The truth serum.
That's good. Let's change it again.
Please just say fuck up did we. Now I'm asking for fuck up did we.
The moment of truth.
And also,
fuck up did we? But I like truth serum. We should probably change it to truth serum now.
Fuck up did we, aka moment of truth, sometimes referred to as the truth serum. This is our chance to go around the circle and declare if we in fact fuck up did we this week. She, Jenny, also says stuff sometimes that it kind of rhymed, but it didn't even really, so none of that worked in theory, technically.
Okay.
We go around the circle and just say if we messed up, okay, if we screwed the pooch this week, let's just do it. Okay, Jenny, please start us out. How'd you do in terms of your unsent letters?
My fuck up did ye is fuck up did we not, because I didn't, and I didn't, and I didn't.
Okay.
Wow. If that was unclear, then maybe you ought to clear up your eyes, because it was so clear that there's something wrong with you and not Jenny, obviously.
Uh-huh.
Except for all the emotional stuff and the trauma and the social issues. But in terms of that sentence, really well said. So you didn't fuck up a single time, Jenny. You did flawless this week.
I did.
Wow. Okay, Sammy. Fuck up did ye?
Not a once. Not a once.
Wow.
Okay, I'm happy you didn't burn yours either, because I wasn't sure if, we could...
Well, I needed proof.
Wait on that. Yeah. I guess I could go get mine really quick if you guys want to see them.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I want to go get mine because they're pretty.
Okay, Chris, go ahead. Did you fuck up?
She's
already gone. I mean,
she's so laggy.
It's unbelievable how laggy she is.
She's frame by frame, and they didn't have much money in the budget.
Holy crap. I just heard the door open, but... there she is.
Oh, blurry. Oh, frame.
Oh my god.
These are my letters.
Okay, just give me 5 minutes to see them.
I wax sealed them all with my personal wax sealer.
That's sick. What a waste of wax, I think.
I only like wax on my
nipples.
My sexual dominance. They put it on my chest. So I lay down and I say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be late. or I'm sorry, I meant to do the homework. And they'll pour hot wax on my chest, and I'll cry, and I'll cry, and I'll cry, and eventually I'll come.
I know, but it's like every time I just say, like, why don't you just do the homework?
Yeah. And that's the weird part, is it's not sexual for you, but it is for me, and you just want me to be in pain. But I think that's why it's such a beautiful combination. Thank you, dominatrix.
Yeah, but it's like I ask you for such simple things.
Yeah, like, can you just go grab me some snacks? And I'll say, no, I'm being catty right now. And you'll say, oh my God, I'm just thirsty. Please just get me water. I'm working right now. And I'll be like, you're thirsty? But I'm a bad boy.
And then I dump a vat of hot wax over his head.
It's like that scene from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and again, definitely not sexual for you, but for me, there's a lot happening that you couldn't possibly understand.
Well, your little pee-pee does get hard, so...
Big!
So small, even smaller than the taint.
Big taint little peep? No!
That's a sick rap name.
Okay. Fuck up did me. Chris, that is... Yes.
Yes, he did. I knew it.
I'm so sick of saying yes on this. God, you guys gotta fuck up more, please.
I should just update the spreadsheet now and say that Chris lost.
Listen, I'm a flawed individual, okay? And I think it's worth starting this out by that. And I think that's what makes me such a good politician, is because I'm just a regular man, just a regular man of the people, and I see that no one's perfect, including myself. So yes, I did a single letter, and then I didn't do the rest.
What a little bitch. Oh my God.
I couldn't agree more with you.
Like,
yeah.
It's just disappointing.
This is the show.
It's disappointing. You should be thinking of this as your work. Like, these are important things that you need to be doing.
That's a good point. I must just be so busy, like, actually, like, finishing the show and editing the show and all that stuff. It's just, like, really takes a lot of time. It's hard to have fun writing little letters and stuff.
Maybe you should write down all your feelings about that in a letter.
Well, we had to write to the dead, so I wish I could have written to you, Sam.
No, we didn't.
You didn't need to write to the dead. You could have written to anyone. One of mine was to myself. Like, you don't need to...
Oh, what the fuck, bro? There's so many alive people I like more than dead people. Why did I write only to the dead on my one letter?
You only wrote one.
You only wrote one, dude.
Yeah, and it was depressing.
All right. Shall we get into our next segment?
I didn't even know where to address it to. I have no idea how heaven addresses work.
We should just have a new segment where it's called Chris Fucked Up, or like Berate Chris, or...
Yeah. I don't think we should have that. That doesn't seem...
I think that's the whole podcast, though.
Yeah, true.
Crinkly
Chrissy. You're on Team Chris. Good point, Sam. Team Chris, Team Chris, Team Chris. So we ought to swing on through to the other side, Song reference.
Song.
Great.
Thank you. And bring us along into the real thick of it. I hinted at thick. Baby, you're about to get it, because this next segment is dense, I would call it. This is the part of the show where we talk a bit more about the journey at large. What is that segment called, Sammy?
Let's talk about the truth and what we did throughout the week after drinking the truth elixir.
It's like kind of we're going to talk about the results from the week. Jenny, what would you call a segment like that, if not the thing that Sam said? Wow, you guys are so right. This is Let's Talk Results. Let's talk results. Jump to the beginning of the week, jump to the middle, the end, whatever. Talk about your letters. Who did you write to? How did it make you feel? How did it impact your week, your life at large? Jenny, I'd like to hear from you first.
No, we should start with you, because yours is going to be short.
Oh, well, you'd be surprised.
It's going to be as short as his pee-pee, so...
Very long? You're right, I do talk a lot.
So he's already done?
Oh, no, I'm not done. So, anyway...
So how did your one letter go?
Okay. My one letter, let me start off by saying this. And this is not directly about I'll get into the socio-emotional stuff in a second. Give me about 15 minutes on this first part, and then we'll jump to that. How about halfway through?
Fucking hell. You edit this. So, like, why do you insist on taking up 90% of our time, huh? This is more shit for you to edit.
I have pneumonia.
Pneumonia?
That's it. I have pneumonia.
He is walking pneumonia.
Well, I believe if you gave me a little more time, I could have come up with a word that would have been believably like somebody who's sexually attracted to their own voice, but you beat me to it with pneumonia. So, yes, I'm sick.
Yes.
A very sick individual.
I want to say first and foremostly, because it was a crucial part of this, was handwriting the letter. I do very little handwriting these days. Circa 2021, I mean, when I was still in college very recently, I wrote notes often by hand. I wrote, some teachers think if you're writing on a device that you're wasting your life away, but if you're writing in a journal that you're probably taking notes. So often I would like write out ideas and shit that had nothing to do with the school. Shout out to school's stupid kids. Listen to that one.
Yours didn't all my professors let me write on my iPad.
It was more of a me thing. They don't like me. So anything that I would do.
They don't like you because Chris would never be paying attention. He would be like editing something.
That's exactly right. Thank you, Sammy. You're on my side again.
Nope, that's not. You're misconstruing my meaning.
So I would write a lot during school because that's how I would do my ideas and shit. I had a journal that I would lickety fill with my pen.
Your handwriting is terrible.
Yeah, serial killer-esque.
Like awful.
But I also
no, serial killers has like a special something to them.
Yeah,
yours just
it's not
looks
even
like a child.
chicken scratch. It's not even chicken scratch because
right.
chicken scratch is what most serial killers tend to have.
It's almost like you would see it and think one of two things.
Okay.
Either that you're a child who literally just learned how to write.
Good point.
Or I was going to say Helen Keller-esque where you can't see anything.
Careful.
Whoa, too soon.
But I'm not going to say that because a lot of people think that she was lying and could see in here. Because have you ever looked at her signature? Because it's beautiful.
It's like who's the blind guy that's the singer that
Helen Keller.
Helen Keller.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder. How there's like a theory that he's not really blind.
Yeah. As soon as I see him, I'm gonna throw a baseball at him and I'll prove the world wrong.
Well, no, he uses echolocation, so he'll be able to hear the baseball.
So I'll throw a baseball and he'll go, and then he'll catch it.
1 second, let me look up what's the Stevie Wonder song?
Superstitious, you idiot.
Oh my god.
Okay, they're perfect. Okay, shut up. Everyone shut up.
He's like the most talented man in the world, you asshole.
Shut the fuck up. Let me do this bit.
Go ahead.
It's like you throw a baseball at him and then he goes, superstition! And then it doesn't hit him.
Yeah.
Because he uses that's how he writes all his songs, is echolocation.
Good thing you shut up for that bit.
Good thing we all hushed up for that one.
Okay.
It's my favorite thing in the world because there's no chance you're going to win when you have us pause for the bit.
Mm-hmm.
Get ready to laugh. Guys, get ready to laugh.
So I just thought it would be noteworthy to start it out by just saying it's been a couple months since I've been like writing heavy with my hand. Still writing, of course, by keyboard and computer. And I type so much faster than I write these days, so I'm a fan, obviously. But that would be my first point on this is I did not enjoy it. I know people will argue that you feel closer to what you're writing when you actually write it all down with a pen and a paper.
But here's the thing.
A feather and a quill and a ink. Yeah.
No one's going to read these letters. These are just for you. So you really don't have to worry about how it looks. Because I didn't really care. A lot of it was probably unreadable afterwards, but I just wrote it out. It was me. No one's going to read it. No one else is reading this.
Sure, but I like to adjust. I like to read over and adjust.
No. That's the thing. Is that when you're writing a letter, you have to put more thought into it because there's no fixing your mistakes. There's no going back. There's no spell checking.
But wouldn't you be putting more thought in if you go back and change things?
It's the raw emotion of it. It's like stream of consciousness. Mm-hmm. It's like really getting out your true feelings at the time and not worrying about what it looks like or, if anyone's ever going to see it or however many spelling mistakes you make. That's like none of that matters. And that's why you get that feeling of closeness from handwriting. It's not like.
And did you get that feeling of closeness this week on writing yours?
I think I definitely did. Okay. I had a very, very good experience with this.
Okay, we'll get into a little more detail on that in the hot sack. But yeah, so I just wanted to note that. I would just say that was the first thing I noticed that I thought maybe that would make this more emotionally impactful, but I thought it was unemotional. Because I don't find it to be that. I have no emotional correlation with writing versus typing.
I'm just hearing a lot of excuses.
I want to know, do you mind telling us who you wrote to?
I could tell you, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going to say all mine.
If it's like from a more emotional place, I think that writing it would feel different to you.
I wrote it to my grandpappy.
Oh, to Nono.
To Nono.
Shout out, no.
All right, sappy Susie. We already talked about our taints this episode. Let's not get emotional now.
And you really don't feel like it was like a different type of connection writing it on paper than if you were to just type it on like Google Drive?
Maybe if the goal was to put a letter into like a casket or something like that it comes from a warmer place because it was written by your own hand.
You think having it in a casket makes it go to a warmer place?
Well, yeah, underground is really warm, right? Because they always say like over my warm dead body.
Well, he also put in a space heater.
Yeah, space heater. I don't want the guy to be chilly.
Into the casket, so
Probably smells real nice in there.
Yeah, of course. You keep it fresh with heat. So yeah, anywho. So now to talk a little bit more about the actual, what we were doing, not just the handwriting aspect.
Oh my God.
So maybe that would have made it more.
How do you make it so long when you did one day?
Because that's my skill, Jenny. It's my skill. I'm a public speaker to just you two.
I wouldn't call it a skill.
I wouldn't call it a skill either.
Okay, you guys. We're having a good time.
Oh my God.
I did enjoy writing it, but I spent a lot of time on it. And I felt that I got everything out that I wanted to get out. And so I didn't intend on being like, okay, I'm going to write. I didn't intend on it being a one and done, but I just didn't go back to it because because I'm a flawed individual again. And you could say waste of flesh, whatever you want to call me. But I did 2 pages and I wrote small and I was detailed with it. I didn't get too, maybe I could have got more emotional with it, but it wasn't really like that. It was more like I don't know, if you could have a conversation, because he passed in 2016.
Like updating him?
Like an update, like a phone call update where like you talk to your grandparents. I don't know how y'all are. You see Graham a lot, Jenny. She's awesome. I see her more than I see most of my friends.
Yeah, and then the rest of my grandparents are dead, and then there's one that's like, I see him once every like 5 years.
Exactly, shout out. But so I did it more like that, where it wasn't like treating you as a dead person. It was like as if it was a phone call for you talk to somebody. You talk to a grandpappy for the first time in a couple months, and you're like, oh, well, here's what's going down. But instead, it's been years.
That's why I feel like
nice.
you should
Why
have
didn't you
kept doing
continue?
this, because
who else was I going to write to? I would have just said the same things in a different way.
What about people that are living?
I considered writing to people I've never met. If I put more time into it, I would have probably written to people I will have never gotten the chance to meet, people I maybe looked up to. But I don't know.
He's crying.
I'm not. Those are, oh, sorry. That's a little lube from earlier when I was banging and stuff, because that's what I do all day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Could be some gear grease from also the trucks that I was working on as I was banging girls.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't have a good excuse for why I didn't do it the rest of the days, as I never do. But it was good. It was enjoyable, and I put a lot into what I was saying in that way without thinking about it in too sad of a way. And so I definitely felt the benefit of, I don't know, sort of normalizing it. It just felt kind of normal to be like, here's all the things. It's as if I was talking, but I wasn't, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, and I think this is why I wish you had done it like more days, because especially with Nono, I know we talk a lot about how proud he was of everything we did and do, and like how proud he would be seeing like the difference between then and now.
Just not this podcast.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, everything besides this podcast. So like I think that was a good choice for you. Also the most obvious choice, but did you tell him that you don't have a bowl cut anymore? Because that's a really big one.
I should have mentioned that right off the bat, but I didn't want to.
That would have been like, hey, it's Chris here. You might not like recognize me because I don't look like a salad bowl anymore.
He was a big Beatles fan though, so I feel like that could have potentially been a downside.
Oh, okay. But he also liked Elvis, and now Elvis has the up thing going on. So.
That's a good point. So I guess it really comes down to which music he preferred. So
yeah. So I guess write him a second letter
and ask.
Yeah.
So that's my actually follow-up question is, when do they write back? I feel like I've been waiting now. I have not heard back.
Usually within like an hour or two. So if he didn't answer, he must not like you.
Doesn't wanna, yeah.
You think he left me on red?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
He noticed that your letter was like a green bubble. You know what I mean? Like Android. And he's like, wow, gross.
And he was like, wow, this guy gets tech much better than I do. He's clearly interested in open source software. Sammy, let me hear a bit about yours, please.
Jesus Christ, about fucking time.
Actually,
okay.
if you want, I can talk about a little bit of like the days that followed.
No, shut up. Okay, so I did all 6 days.
Wow.
I started out, I did half people that I had lost, and most of the people that I sent letters to are alive. Well, only one of them is no longer with us. My cousin. I wrote that one first.
Shout out to the cousin. Shout out to cousins everywhere.
Yeah, so I wrote all the things that I wish I could have said to him. That was really nice and therapeutic because I hadn't really talked about how I was feeling about the situation.
So you focused on like the emotions and shit. Like you were talking about how you actually felt about the whole thing.
I talked about how I felt about the whole thing. It's about 5 pages long. I talked about how I felt about the whole thing.
Airing grievances.
Yeah, all the things, because I was really mad at him before. So I wanted to air all the things that I was mad about, and I also wanted to air out all the things that I regretted about our relationship.
So you were doing some laundry in yours.
Yeah, that one felt really good to get out. Then I did, a lot of these other ones are relatives and like old friends that I don't talk to anymore. And a lot of it was like airing out things that I never said to them, like things that bother me, things that I never got a chance to like talk to them about. I wrote another one to my racist cousin and like all the issues I have with him.
Shout out racist cousins.
Yes, down with racism, down with cousins, unless they're not racist.
My best friend in high school, which I have some grievances with, but also like I miss.
Sorry, am I interrupting you with my banter?
Yeah, shut the fuck up. I'm actually having an emotional moment here.
Okay.
I wrote one to Emma, just all the stuff that I don't say often enough, or like
Watson, the actress?
Yeah, Emma Watson.
Yes.
I think you're a terrible actress, and very pretty though.
She's a huge fan, and you just turned her right off the podcast.
95% of our audience is Emma Watson.
Yeah,
I'm a huge fan of your work outside of acting. I wrote one to my racist grandmother that I have a lot of issues with, and a lot of family issues and strife with that I never really talk about. We're normally just like, hey, grandma, pass the potato salad.
And she's like, well, no. You know who ought to pass the potato salad? And then there's like a lot of slurs.
Yeah, I wrote this one to a person from my past.
Could you say an ex-lover, or should I cut that out?
An ex-lover is fine.
Okay.
So it felt very therapeutic for me.
It did, huh?
It felt very therapeutic. I was able to get all the things, because I'm not a huge fan of conflict. I'm not a huge fan of like telling people how I really feel about a situation.
Me too.
So having this as a way to express all those feelings that I'm never going to say to them ever felt really nice. And I feel kind of like, what the fuck are you doing with your face right now?
Sorry. Just twitch.
I feel like I was killing this, breaking down how
You are absolutely killing this. You're fucking shooting it right in the heart. You ought to write a letter to this podcast. So you did focus on airing grievances, dirty laundry, all that such stuff. So were all of yours like that? Kind of came from an emotional place, like, let's close a door that I've never been able to close.
Yeah, let's close the door that I've never been able to close. All the things that all the issues that I had with it, but also going back on all the things that I did wrong and I wish I had done better in that relationship.
So you were self-reflective in them.
Yeah, a lot of it was like apologizing for all the things that I, looking back on, am not proud of saying or doing.
It really was like, let's meet at the coffee shop and have one last conversation, you could say.
Exactly. It was that.
And do you think that it made you happier or sadder by the like net total by the end of it?
It was very emotionally draining for me, but I do feel better now. It feels like all those doors that I'm constantly like thinking about in the back of my head, all the things that I wish I could have done and changed.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Feel like I was able to get them out. Feel a little bit more content in the chestal area.
His chesticles have decreased.
They do. Their testicles are looking good, by the way, my man. Ooh.
Thank you.
Put those things in my mouth in a second.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it for me.
Jenny! Let's talk results!
I really, really enjoyed this challenge. I actually halfway through talked to my mother. Shout out Donna, who is a licensed therapist.
Don't shout out people's careers.
It's ironic as hell, isn't it?
I know.
She's a licensed therapist and she gave birth to you.
I know. It's a mystery to me.
That's like the same thing with Han Solo and Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Not really.
So my first letter is 8 pages or 9 pages long.
Wow.
Quite the thickie.
Damn.
I don't particularly want to say who this one was to, but it was someone that I had a lot of issues with in the past.
That's Chris.
And
he has black hair and a big taint.
A big fat face. But it was someone that I had a lot of issues with, and someone that I still feel like I haven't, like those issues were still on my mind constantly, and it's something that I thought about over and over again, replaying those situations and scenarios.
That makes sense. Who is it?
Just feeling like angry and like I wanted to, stop thinking about it, get it off my mind, get the closure.
Of course, who?
So I wrote a very long letter, and I feel like I kind of finally got done what I needed to get done.
Amen. Who was it?
That's awesome.
It was you, Chris.
Fuck.
I'm actually sending this one to you, so...
Oh my god. The mailman just knocked on the door. No! I'm not reading it, mailman! Oh my god! He's coming in!
My second letter, I don't remember what order I did them in because I have sealed them. This one, fun little one, was to my grandfather's second wife.
You should say wife.
Yeah, you should. That's how it's pronounced.
It has a little more attitude to it.
Who was quite a bad lady. And did not treat him right.
Quite a bad lady. It has more attitude to it.
And did not treat our family right.
Family.
And changed his will when he died. And...
His what?
She changed his will when he died.
Will.
And no one ever said anything about it to her before she passed, and no one ever really made amends with that. And I know my mom's still very upset about it because of everything she went through with her father.
Yeah.
And she was younger, so that one was kind of just to tell her my feelings.
Mm-hmm. Did you write any funny ones?
The next one is to my butt. This one was on recommendation from my mother, who actually tells some of her clients...
enough with her. We get it. You talked a lot to her this week.
No. But let me tell you, because it was a really good idea, because I was kind of lost on who I should write to. And she said that something that is supposed to help a lot of people, and something she often suggests her clients do, is write to yourself, but not only just yourself, but something you're struggling with, like your OCD or your anxiety. So this one was a letter to my OCD. Which feels really dumb, but it was surprisingly helpful. It felt kind of dumb in the moment, but it was a really interesting thing to see. Mm-hmm. My fourth letter, Chris, you're gonna love this, was to my mother. Wait,
real quick. I have a joke.
Okay.
I also wrote one to my dyslexia, but the letter actually got sent back because I wrote dyslexia on the letter, because all dyslexia fans will get that one. It's you have trouble with D's and P's when you have dyslexia. It's a little fun.
There's one person reading the transcript, and he has severe dyslexia, and he has no idea what we're talking about.
He doesn't even know what you just said.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, dyslexia. Where's the joke?
Most of our listeners are readers. Actually, we just write all what we say down, and the inflection comes across actually better.
So my fourth one was to my mom, thanking her for some things that I don't often thank her for.
I should have wrote one to Jenny's mom too, because there has been something gnawing at my psyche for the last 4 years that she said to me.
The sex. Oh my god, actually I do know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's totally fine. It's just it keeps me up at night. It's no big deal. We were all hanging out at Jenny's place. My partner Emma was also over, and we were all hanging out.
Ugh, you're just girlfriend, you 90-year-old creepy man.
I don't like that girlfriend is such a gross word.
She's his partner.
Yeah.
They're partners in life.
My intimate companion and I were, we were destined for Jenny's house that evening.
Shut up. Partner's cute.
All right. Thank you, Jenny.
And saying, my girlfriend.
Exactly.
My girlfriend. It sounds so dumb.
Say this pair of tits I was banging and I still am.
Some bitch.
Okay, so we were there, and Emma and Jenny's mom were talking, and Emma was talking to her about our relationship a little bit, Jenny's mom, I don't know how we got on that topic, but she's
a therapist. Everyone somehow, it just happens.
She goes, and I made a joke about how I'm oh yeah, Emma just keeps putting up with me. And Jenny's mom goes, same thing with Jenny's dad. Same thing with Jenny's dad. It's just some people are just tough to love. It's tough to love them. And I think about it at least once a week. I'm tough to love. Licensed therapist called me tough to love.
Yeah, that means you're officially tough to love.
Officially tough to love.
That's fucked.
We should get you a little plaque.
Yeah, we could get that notarized. Not sure how notaries work, but I think we can get that notarized.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, sorry to interrupt, Jenny.
Number 5 is a very sad one. Mm-hmm. I definitely cried over this one.
It was to Harambe.
So my dog died.
Oh God, I'm sorry. Oh God, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry for laughing.
Oh my.
So my dog died.
I'm so sorry.
R.I.P. Snoopy.
Who I've had since I was 8 years old. And so I wrote a little letter to her. And it was really hard to do and to think about again. R.I.P. Harambe.
Good point. I mean,
good point. I agree. That's good.
There's always a place for that. That's true. But also, it's been a long time since anybody's made a Harambe joke, so I feel like it's not overdone if we do it 4 years late.
Yeah.
5. Sorry, 5. That doesn't matter.
You can't believe you already forgot when he died.
It is an incredibly sad thing. And that's a creative one. I didn't even think of that.
We all knew Snoopy. We all loved Snoopy deeply.
Podcast regulars know Snoopy too. And Joya, little rat Joyzy. Fun fact, both me and Jenny's dog died, a week and a half apart?
Yeah, I think your dog...
cursed.
I think he ill-wished my dog.
Oh, absolutely.
But also, can we just say that we definitely have some sort of, spiritual tie? Because when your grandfather died, mine died a week later. Mm-hmm. And then when your dog died, mine died a week later. So... And
to make it even darker... they found a tumor in me.
Oh my God! We both have the same tumor.
And you had the same one.
We have a tumor. Oh my God!
Is this a joke or is this real?
No, seriously, we both have a tumor on our leg bone.
Yeah.
On our leg bone, on the same leg, and he got his removed, and mine's still in me.
And frankly, I think that's why we don't get along anymore.
I feel like we might just be the same person by accident.
Or I'm orchestrating all these events because I want to relate to you so bad. I now flashback cut to me in a burglar's mask, inserting a tumor surgically into your leg, and then.
But my dog was perfectly fine before that, so she was deaf and stuff, and she had lumps. But it was nothing that was affecting her that badly. And literally, I think it was your fault. It was your dog's fault.
There's a good chance.
I blame your dog.
I would too.
Your dog is too selfish to go out alone.
Or too scared. He's got anxiety, Jenny. Don't be rude.
What's the last letter? What's the last letter there?
The last one.
Please be to your butt.
To my butt.
Yes!
No, but the last one was to myself, actually, again, and more generally myself.
No, but the last one was to my great cousin who died in World War II.
He took his own life to save the rest of our family while we were fleeing from Afghanistan. So it was to my butt.
Okay.
That one was really... an in the moment,
right.
I felt like these letters had been working and I really did feel like they gave me a sense of closure and whatever. Mm-hmm. So in that moment, I was having a panic attack.
Classic Jenny.
Yeah. And it was about, I had to make a phone call.
Right.
Classic Jenny.
Again, classic Jenny.
So my letter was just kind of it felt so stupid, but it did actually work, and that kind of makes it feel even more stupid. But it was just a kind of hyping myself up, you can do this, you don't need, there's no reason to feel anxious over this. It's such a simple thing. It's something people do every day. There's nothing holding you back from doing this except for you thinking that all of these bad things are going to happen. So that was kind of my last one. And that one I do feel helped. For some reason, a little bit, at least for the moment.
You feel helped. You are helped, kid.
Me too. I was surprised. It helped a lot.
Yeah.
It did feel like closing door.
Sam said his was emotionally draining. Was yours emotionally draining?
Some of them, I would say some of them did feel like that, especially the really long ones that I was getting out a lot of grievances. But I think a lot of them, I almost felt like an emotional weight was lifted. I really liked it, and I'm going to keep doing this, I'm pretty sure. Like, I think I'm going to, not every day, but like when I do have a problem with someone or if I can't get something off of my mind, like it did really feel like it ended it. I feel like I'm being way too serious. Can we talk about like my big fat vagina?
Oh boy, I've been waiting.
Yeah, I mean, me too, but...
Jenny's vagina's so fat, she's got to order 2 airplane seats.
Just to put it on.
They're like, what do you need 2 for? And then she says, I have this vagina problem, and it's really, really big, and it's swollen, and I need the 2 seats.
They say, what do you need 2 for? And then they look down, and they're like, oh, do you have a child in your pants?
Yeah.
You know when your ears pop when you go up in a plane? You don't want to sit next to Jenny.
Jenny, more vagina jokes. You're going to get a Netflix special.
Vagina.
I would like to ask one final question, and is that, did you plan the people / things / letter subjects that you were going to write about ahead of time, or every day were you kind of like, shit, I got to write one today, what should I tackle?
Neither.
Great.
When we were talking about it, actually, the really long letter, I did immediately have someone pop into my mind that I wanted to write to. And then every day after that, it wasn't like a shit, I have to write this, who can I write to? I feel like they just kind of naturally, I would think about something or someone and decide that was like a good...
Like you had so many that it was like sit down time.
I actually wrote 95 letters this week.
I thought so.
Okay.
But yeah, I think they just kind of came in a really natural way.
Natural come. Gotta love it. Sammy.
I always come in a way, naturally.
I've seen it. There's nothing natural about it. The noise you make, the stance you take is so...
Yeah. He does like a... What's it called? The horseshoe stance?
It's horseshoe-esque, but with a little more ballet.
Yeah, primal is like is as natural as you can be.
No, but it's robotic primal, where it's like coded.
Yeah. And it's like so creepy because it seems natural, but it's like so clearly not.
That's what it is.
That's why me and the voice get along so well.
We do not.
Right, voice?
Wrong.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Stop this.
Yeah, take that.
Oh, God.
Oh, I'm about to compute.
Make it
I'm
stop.
about to compute. I'm computing!
This is offensive.
All right, this was a thick one. As far as getting into the thick of it is concerned, and also the noise Jenny made and such, we can note that too. I would like to maybe give the audiences out there a sum up of it all, right? They're interested. They've heard our experience. They hear you guys' incredibly thorough breakdowns.
One word, sum up.
No, not that. Nope. Actually, close though. This is actually a chance for us to kind of reflect on everything that we just went over and give everyone out there one steady, clean little breakdown of what you might call a positive, a negative, and an ugly. What would you call a segment like that?
Good, bad, good, bad. Good, bad, good, bad. Good, bad, and the ugly. The ugly and the ugly.
The ugly! The good, the bad, the ugly is like I just said. Our chance to go around the circle and give you one good, one bad, one ugly to summarize the experience at large in a nice, sexy little way. Please start things off with one good, unsent letters as a whole. Jenny, one good.
I would say the good is the possibility of emotional release or airing some grievances that you might have with someone that you don't, either you can't talk to because they're gone, or someone that you feel like you can't talk to.
Including yourself, as you proved.
I will 100% agree on that. It feels,
Yeah,
it does feel like a little bit more content. You feel like all those, like there's things that are just locked in there that you don't really express, but being able to express them just sort of makes you feel a little bit more content on the inside.
Yeah, you get a little bit of closure.
Yeah.
Wow. Hot damn, people. That's a perfect one, but tell me this. What about a bad? Me! The bad for unsent letters is the physical inconvenience of, I'm gonna say on a double of the physical inconvenience. One, you have pieces of paper that are now laid out, spewed out with detailed emotional, perhaps trauma, dirty laundry, all sorts of shit that anybody could just, unless you're planning on burning or dissolving it in acid.
It's like leaving a cum sock out.
Exactly.
You're always like a little worried
Right.
that someone's going to find it.
Somebody could find it, and then all of a sudden they have all of your deep, dark, dirty secrets. And it's right there, and it's a grabbable thing that could reveal you, / the inconvenience of it is writing. It's handwriting, like I kind of complained about at the beginning. So that combination both come back to the inconvenient side of it being a physical, handwritten thing.
Yeah.
And the ugly, Sam.
The ugly is just bringing up past like grievances and just heavy feelings that you have, like things that you have pushed down like a lot, but having to bring them back up to be able to express them, that does take its toll on you, at least for me.
Yeah, that's a good ugly. That is ugly, especially if you're not planning on it getting so emotionally vulnerable, and then it can especially sneak up on you and then release all over the table your disgusting, gross, icky emotions.
All right, cool. Should we move on to the next segment?
Yes.
So you guys better off better or better off worse?
Jenny, that is not the segment.
It's fucking Biggest Loser, you dumb, dummy.
Dumb. So as you all know, this is a competitive show. And this is the part where we go into the depths, into the trenches. Before we get into the real specificity of it, what is this segment called?
The Biggest Loser!
Oh yeah, it's Chris.
Yep, it's Chris.
Stings like a bee.
Ouchie.
Does anybody want to defend Chris? Any takers want to jump to Chris's defenses?
Cricket.
So I'll go first. I think that Chris loses, obviously.
Right.
And I think that me and Jenny tie, because I don't think that there is any way for us to judge who did this challenge better.
It's true. I believe you two both self-bettered yourselves equally. Mm-hmm. And that is the competition here, after all.
I think so, too. There's a little piece of my heart that wants to just say me because Snoopy died, but,
Okay.
Yeah, but Sam had a dead cousin. Like, that is technically a human.
Yeah, I think me and Sam share the win on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys both have tragedies. Don't get competitive, Jenny. We'd have to Venn diagram it to see who's really in a worse off emotional situation.
We can do pros and cons.
Yeah. I was going to be extremely offended if you said that you won, just so you know.
No. We're even. We're definitely
I
even.
would have to say that I think I did win, though. So I understand both of your sides, but there's
I changed my answer to Chris.
Thank you.
I agree. Chris wins.
And need I say more, folks? I lose, yes. Okay, so
Yeah.
I jokingly ran up the staircase, and you guys kind of like chuckled it on, and I tripped over the top step right back onto the flat ground, and here I am.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Metaphors.
That's exactly what happened.
Okay. It's an easy one this week. Doesn't have to be brutal all the time. You know the deal. We love when that happens. Yeah, I agree. So all around, you guys both win. Chrissy both loses. Let's commemorate this sucker. Oh, you've returned, hear me say, and hear me spray on this very day. Spray more so into the microphone, but if you were right next to me, you'd probably get a little spittle on your ear and your hair. The winner of this week
Squirting video coming to the Patreon.
Unsent Letters Challenge is Sam and Jenny! Woo, 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 woo! And the loser of this week's Unsent Letters Challenge is me, little old Chrissy.
What are you doing to your chest right now?
I'm just rubbing it. Left nipple. I like.
You're just
He's
grabbing
fondling.
a titty.
Fondling.
You're fondling a titty.
He's a fondler.
That voice gets me going. And as the loser I am, that is the most significant title you could have on this show because we are forced to punish ourselves. I'm forced to punish me. But we like to punish our losers to inspire them to become better because this is a show about betterment.
Yeah.
We need it, people. And of course, what do we punish our losers with on this show? The Digital
Sammy.
Digital Sammy.
voice. Tell them what that is.
The Digital Sammy is our digital token of shame. The winner of the week is given the honor of designing a 2D image with the intention of being a vile, gruesome, and perhaps offensive source of embarrassment. The loser of the week will be forced to look at said token of shame as it will be set as their wallpaper on any and all digital devices they use. The only constraint, the image must contain a rotting sandwich somewhere within, as an homage to our original Sammy Award. This is designed to inspire our big fat loser to become a big fat winner in time.
Thanks, voice. That was the best explanation I've ever heard in my diggity dang life.
Truly inspiring. And of course, we end this show off in a similar way every week. What is that way?
Are we
Better off better or
Better off worse.
better worse? That's right. We asked the big ol' question.
Are we better off better or are we better off worse?
After a week of unsent letters, which are you? Sammy.
I'm better off better.
Makes sense.
I feel good.
Yeah, we went over the details. This one you really...
I don't feel good. I never feel good, but...
No, but you feel net better.
Yeah, I'm better as well.
It was valuable.
If we want to get into it, I'm sad.
Great. Jenny, are you better off better?
Yes, I'm also sad.
Wrong question.
I don't even remember what being happy feels
I'm
like.
sad.
Oh, Chris's turn.
Really deeply sad.
Better off better also. I would say I'm the least better of the three of us, but we are net better after this week in all the ways aforementioned on the show.
If a bus hit me, I would feel just such relief right before that bus hit me and I died.
I would follow you.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm better off better.
And no need for more detail on that one. This was a very detailed episode, so go goddamn listen to it if you want to know why we think it's better off better. Of course, it's obvious. Please, my legs are long. Sometimes I get nervous and I share fun facts about myself.
Let us know if you try this challenge out.
I would recommend trying it. It's nice.
Hear your experiences.
Yeah, this is definitely our most, you could say emotionally vulnerable. Usually this show gets a little goofy. Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like this episode we really gave you the gritty as to what you can expect on this challenge.
Gave you the gritty?
This might be our first, slightly helpful episode.
I would agree.
I almost cried talking about Snoop.
Of course.
R.I.P. Snoop. This episode is dedicated to Snoopy.
And Joya, maybe? The other dog that died?
And Joya. Yeah, and Joya.
Oh, that's really nice. Can we do that? Can we put a little card at the end of the video one?
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's so sad, like Oscars style.
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so officially this episode is pour one out for the doggies that we've lost. Yeah, that's a nice and funny way to end it.
All right, guys. Ending on a funny note.
Yeah.
Jenny, talk about your vagina again.
It's so funny and stupid.
And write another letter to your butt. The butt letter got me.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Wait, where can they follow us? Can they find us on social medias? Can they go see some more Better Off Better content?
The Better Off Better links are in the description of whatever you are listening or watching this on. Go follow us on anything and everything. Also force your entire family to do so as well. You can find a nice sexy list of all our social stuff at cinemonic.com/bob and our thicker catalog at betteroffbetter.com. Be safe, stay sharp, and fuck 'em up, baby.
Amazing. We got content all out in there. Go friggin'
Thanks, boys.
indulge in it, please. That'd be nice. And also, hey, if you're still listening right now, share the goddamn YouTube videos where you, as
Please
listeners,
do.
you
Please
guys are
really
supporting
do.
the show. I love it. But our YouTube is borderline embarrassing. Get out there. Go watch our physical presences and our essences.
Look at how often I bite my nails.
Often, very.
Look at how often I sniff and blink weird.
So go check us out on YouTube. We officially got the channel name. Go to youtube.com/betteroffbetter to check out the show in video form. You know the deal. Okay, what can they expect to see us do next week?
Next week, we're going to be avoiding mirrors for a week.
Hell yeah, we be.
Doesn't that sound like fun?
No.
All right.
Okay, see you then. Thank you so much for listening. We love you all so very much.
Bye.
Bye.
It's finally over. Thank you for listening. Better Off Better is produced, engineered, and edited by Chris K. Daniels. B.O.B. is a Cinemonic podcast production. One final note, everything said on Better Off Better is for the sake of comedy. Please do not take any of our words or sarcastic claims seriously. The idiots are dancing clowns to make you laugh. All is said in good fun and in the context of a joke. Thank you and good night. This episode is dedicated to the dogs. Rest in peace, Snoopy and Joya.